Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today?
Fantastic.
Good. Okay, we're just going to start off with just an F concert. We're just going to get a feel of how we're sounding. Okay, how are we feeling today? Good? Breeze working? Cool. Okay. Well, for today, we're going to be working on the Lopresti piece, and we're going to focus on three main things today. We're going to be focusing on dynamics and how we're going to make them gradual instead of just a sudden thing. We're also going to work on attacks of notes, whether they're going to be soft attacks or they're going to be actual accents. And we're also going to be working on phrasing. So we're going to do that in our warm-up today. And what I want to do is start off with F minor. And first, I want to work on dynamics. So when I'm conducting, we're just going to go. We're going to start, and we're not going to repeat the top note. Just back down, one octave. Just watch me for the dynamics. Okay?
Do you want natural minor?
F natural minor and quarter notes. I'm going to be a little bit more gradual with my crescendo. That was my fault. Okay, good. And I also want to work on just attacks of notes. At the beginning of the Lopresti piece, it kind of comes in really soft. So that's what I'm going to try and work on today. I want to, when we just play, we're just going to play the F again. I want to, when you are getting ready to play, think about playing with smooth air and try not to make a kind of sound. I want it to come from thin air out of nothing. Does that make sense? Okay. Just the F. We're not playing the scale. Really soft and smooth. I don't want to hear any tongues, unless does anybody actually have to tongues articulate when you have to? Okay. Well, nice.
You do what you want, girl.
And Paul too, when you're playing, just gently. I don't want to hear bones. Does that make sense? Okay. Very gentle. That was good. That was really good. I also want to work on being really, really quiet. So this is kind of like pretending that you're trying to wake up a baby. You want to go in and, hey, good morning to a baby.
That's how I do it.
That's a terrible idea. So really, really quiet. That's how we work actually together. As soon as, right? That was beautiful. We're going to go back to the F minor scale for one last thing, and we're going to be focusing on phrasing as well today. So what I want to do is I want you to watch me, and I'm going to be doing some kind of expressive conducting sort of styles. I want you to just follow what I'm doing, okay? I might get short and choppy. I might be really smooth and legato. It just depends on how I get. F minor. Quarter. Starting right at the beginning. Okay. Paul, you're doing second clarinet, right? Okay.
I guess I'll do first.
And then you do third. You remember how we worked with our warm-up being really, really smooth and making sure that you're not into those first notes, okay? Coming out of nowhere. Starts to be crescendos and decrescendos, right? Okay. I actually want to, this is just how I feel, I want to add those to each one, okay? Just so they're all expressive. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, got it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start right at the beginning again, keep that in mind. You guys have a really good idea of piano, but I also want to just kind of exaggerate it. I want it to be really, really quiet because we're going to have a crescendo poco poco. Somebody tell me what that means. Jeff.
Gradually get louder, little bit by little bit.
Right, and we're going to be doing that over a course of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars. So I don't want to be at fortissimo at the 4th bar, right? Okay. So we're going to start at 1, start really, really soft, just like what we did in warm-ups, okay? Right at 1.
Shut up.
I do just kind of want to tell you guys the story of this piece. This piece was written in honor of President John Kennedy when he was assassinated. And basically, remember when we were little and we saw on TV the attacks of 9/11? Remember, like, we were still kind of little and we didn't understand what was going on, but we knew that something big was happening. And there was just a lot of awful pain and just kind of void that we felt. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is kind of what a child back then would have seen on the news or heard on the radio. You know, our president was just shot. And so what I want to focus on today while we're playing is kind of expressing that feeling inside of you of how a child would have felt finding out that his president was assassinated. So we're going to start at the beginning again. And keeping that in mind, I just want you to feel that kind of despair. And I don't mean for you guys to be sad this morning, but I want you guys to feel that expression, okay? And we're going to go all the way up through 2, okay? At the beginning.
I'm trying for the I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, what I want to do is I'm going to kind of assess you guys. We haven't worked through 2 all the way to 3 yet. But from the 3 things that we focused on today, I want you to keep those in mind as we read through there. And I want to see what you guys have got, okay? So we are going to start at, we're going to start at 1, first one, and we're going to go up to 3. I want to hear those 3 concepts, okay? Right at 1. Remember, you're coming in really, really soft, okay? And woodwinds have a little, whoever can play more expressively sort of deal. But thank you guys.
I tried, Brittany. I tried to get that back.
It's okay.
You did such a good job of like constantly reinforcing your concepts throughout the warm-up and the lesson. I guess 2 things. Maybe talk about the meaning of the piece a little bit earlier,
Okay.
because we'd already played through so much of it, and that is really important. And then just something that we all work on is just like conducting. Like, how small can you be when you're telling us to come from nothing?
Okay. Cool. Give me your best shot. Okay.
During your warm up exercise, for the crescendo and decrescendo, I felt like your left hand was like very smooth and everything, but your right hand, I felt like it was like it started off really big, so like it didn't really make a difference when you were crescendoing because your size of your right hand didn't get any more. Like, I don't know, it just didn't seem like your right hand changed enough to emphasize it as well.
That's a good observation. I'm going to say the same thing, that it's all about the size of your overall gestures, not just one hand. So if you can move this arm out, use that whole space for a bigger dynamic, and then come way down and into the body is a nice way to bring it down. I thought that you had a very nice opening, and the fact that you had your objectives there and you were talking about them all throughout the opening was very, very good. In terms of the no attack, I liked what you did, but just as we're learning in brass class, for brass players to do an air attack, it takes some work. We can do it, but knowing this particular piece, the brass are layered in when the woodwinds have already started, so if they came in with a legato attack, you probably wouldn't hear much of hard edge at all. So clarinets are known for doing air attacks. You can do that on clarinet and somewhat on saxophone. But then once they're already in, then the brass could come in with a legato attack and be probably the same effect. Just as something to think about.
Okay.
And I will give you more notes on your evaluation form. So thank you. Good job.
Who'll be
Get
next?
out there, do exercise, look.
Oh.
Also, that going to be because I took my
Also,
Might not have that.
finally, somebody who uses the book.
I thought about using it, but then I'm like, wait, no one ever brings it, so I